Hello everyone, welcome to this video tutorial. In this session, we will see the Form 3A Neonatal Deaths in the CDR module of the MP-CDSR software. For same, we have to log in MP-CDSR software by putting in our login information and the CAPTCHA which is displayed. Entering the login credentials, we need to click on Sign In. Once we'll log in, a welcome message will be displayed. In the top left corner, we can see the CDR menu. In CDR, there is Form 3, which is Verbal Autopsy. Now, Form 3 is further divided into three different forms: Form 3A, 3B and 3C. In this video, we will see Form 3A, which is Verbal Autopsy for Neonatal Deaths, where the time period of deaths is between 0 to 28 days. So, whichever cases you have already entered in Form 1 notification card and FBIR, based on the age of the deceased, those cases will automatically come within this Form 3A. So, as we can see, earlier, there were different cases, but out of multiple cases, only this case has appeared in Form 3A because the age of the deceased is less than 28 days. So now, we will click on the plus icon at the extreme right corner to add the details. Form 3A has been divided into multiple sections for easy data entry. Now, as we can see, the district, block and village will come automatically. Hence, we can enter the other mandatory fields like PHC subcenter, date, household head name, etc. Deceased name and deceased mother's name will also come automatically from the previous forms. Please remember that the fields with red asterisks are the mandatory fields. They have to be filled up mandatorily. For other fields, if we do not have specific information, we can leave them. Once we have filled this section, we will click on Next to save the information and move on to Section A. Section A talks about details of the respondent, details of deceased address and other information. Now, again we have to fill up the mandatory information over here. So, in details of deceased, there are age in completed days. Date of birth, date of death comes automatically. Address also comes automatically. If we have to add any further information, we can add that, then place of death needs to be selected. And then we can move on to next. In this section, it is asked that whether the child has met with an accident. Currently, by default, the option is no. If we select yes, then further dependable fields will come up. So, based on relevant information, we have to put in the value in it. Similarly, there are other fields related to details of pregnancy and delivery. All the mandatory fields needs to be filled up. Remember, all these fields are interconnected and they can change from based on what information you have entered in the previous field. Also, we need to remember that all these forms and fields are as per the CDR guidelines issued by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. There are no different fields or forms which have been added or removed from the forms which are available. So these are completely based on the guidelines that have been issued. So, as we can see, whenever we select question with multiple options, then the format changes and some additional questions also come up. So, we need to be very careful for what we are selecting. We have to put in the right information and the software will automatically ask the relevant questions to us. Once we have added this information, we can click on Next to save this and move on to the next section, which is Section C. Herein, we have a last text box which is required for written narrative as narrated by the family. This is the open text field and we can put in as much information as we wish. Again, there is a text box field for another question. Here also, we can add as much information as we want. Finally, the assigned question is for cause of death. Now, when we click on this, there are the different causes of deaths as per ICD-10 classification. So, we have to select an option. We are provided with multiple selections over this, so more than one cause of death can be selected as assigned cause of death. Once we have done this, we will click on Save to save this entry of Form 3. This is how Form 3A would be submitted. As we can see now that the plus icon has changed into an edit icon and a view icon. So, we can click on the pen icon to edit the information. It will open up in an editable mode. We can put in any information and then save it. Or we can just click on the eye icon to view this information so that we can view this information also. So, this is how Form 3A neonatal deaths would be completed. Hope this information add value to your knowledge. Thank you for watching this video.